listening to Combat Sports UK.
Combat Sports UK.
My name is Cooper Burke. I'm here with Maikel Astur. Maikel, how are you?
I'm good. We are 10 days out of the fight, so everything going perfect.
Yeah, you fight Damian Zaharia in 10 days on MMA Raju 17. What are you looking forward to the most about your upcoming fight?
I'm looking to continue my winning streak. I'm planning to go 4-0 with this fight, and I want to show the crowd that I have improved myself. My takedown defense, my stand-up, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, everything. I want to show improved Maikel.
Absolutely. What do you personally bring to the table that you think could cause problems for your opponent, Damian?
I have a long kickboxing career. I have 35 pro kickboxing fights. I'm European and World Championship medalist in amateur kickboxing. I have a world title in Serbian organization. So I have a lot of experience in big stages that I don't think he has. I have already fought against a really, really high level fighters in kickboxing and in MMA. I've also seen adversity in my second MMA fight where I had to be on the ground 5 minutes straight when he was on my back, and I had to survive. So I know I have that dog in me, and I've already fought against experienced guys. So I think I'm ready for anybody.
Of course. So you said you had a long kickboxing career in amateur. What was that like? Was it different in terms of how often you could fight, and just in general, how much different was that than your MMA career?
Yeah, with kickboxing, it's a bit different. Like kickboxing in general, the fighters fight a lot. The record is important, but because you fight so much, it doesn't really matter if you have losses on your record or no. Of course, you wanted to keep it the positive record, but still, it's not that important as in boxing and in MMA and stuff like that. But I was really, really, really active in kickboxing. Some years I fought 8 to 11 times. So almost every month I had some kind of fights. In kickboxing, we have a lot of tournaments, so you can have 2 or 3 fights in one night. So I was really active. But compared to MMA, it's been hard transition to MMA because of the MMA to put all together, like the wrestling, jiu-jitsu, striking. And striking is not the same as in kickboxing because the gloves are much smaller. So I had to adjust my game a lot. And with that transition, there's been a lot of injuries. Before my debut, I had a meniscus operation. Before my last MMA fight, I had a thumb operation. After my last MMA fight, I had another broken thumb. So we had some injuries, but now I think my body is getting more used to it. I'm more used to the training, and I think it should go smoother now.
Yeah. How do you think your coaches have helped you through that kind of pretty big transition from kickboxing to MMA?
Yeah. With the coaching part, it's a bit different. I don't have one coach who's been with me since the beginning and is right now. I had a coach in my kickboxing days that was beginning of my career, almost end of my career, but right before we switched to MMA, I switched coaches, or we finished our training. So I have a lot of different coaches for boxing, for kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA. We have some coaches. Then I have jiu-jitsu coaches, and then so on and so on. So mostly I'm putting everything together myself. So I'm putting together all my trainings, all my training plans. I'm putting together, and closest to my coach is my brother. But he lives in another country, so it's also a bit hard to rely on somebody.
Yeah. How was that? How has your relationship with your brother grown and changed over the past couple of years as you've been fighting in kickboxing and now mixed martial arts?
Yeah. So my brother's been a real big inspiration for me over the years. When I used to play football, he was a big inspiration for me then, and overall in life. So when I started kickboxing, it was finally something that we can do together. And he was competing also in the beginning, but with couple of fights, he decided to stop and focus on me. So he was always in my corner. I've been traveling all around the world to fight in kickboxing, and he's always been there. He has missed maybe, I think, 5 fights over like 70 fights. So he's always been there for me, and he's always helped me as much as he can. And I think our relationship has grown a lot stronger with all the ups and downs with the fight game.
Yeah, is he your older or younger brother?
Older, 2.5 years older.
Yeah. So do you feel like having your brother by your side when you fight gives you kind of a mental edge, knowing that there's someone that really cares about you in your corner?
Yes, definitely. I think I don't want to fight when he's not there. I've done some fights when he's not there, and it's not the same as with him. So definitely, he needs to be in my corner, and I think we're so much stronger together.
That's really cool. I mean, I've got younger brothers, so I know how it is. So speaking of your last fight, how did you deal with the fact that your opponent had much more, at least professional mixed martial arts experience than you did, with a total of 15 bouts?
Yeah. So there was like many obstacles with that fight. First, as I told you, I had a thumb operation during the summer, like middle of July. Then we had to recover. Then I had to do a shorter camp than I imagined. But then everything went good. And with the opponent, I think he was the 4th guy that accepted the fight eventually. So we had like the first one for like 2 or 3 weeks before the fight. He cancelled. Then we had another one. He cancelled. Then a 3rd one. And he cancelled. Then finally, beginning of the fight week, we found a new opponent, and it was the Brazilian guy. So we knew that the closer we get to the fight, the level is going up, because no like we say random guy is not going to take the fight because it's so short notice. So our new opponent, we knew is going to be really experienced, and we were ready for it. We also knew that he will come up a little bit with the weight, so I'm bigger, I'm stronger. And when we watched his fights, we saw that he's more of a striker, and when he wrestled, he liked to just hold against the wall and not like change levels with the wrestling. So it made it bit easier for us to prepare for him, because all the 4 fighters that were offered to me, they were all kind of same style. And overall with the fighting game, I've learned that I need to improve myself, not like focus on my opponent, because it can change so much all the time. So it wasn't that hard for us. But with the fight, I think the first round was like bit of a kind of shock for me, because I didn't imagine him being so strong. So like the first round was me getting used to his style, with the power that he had, that style that he had. So it was a lot of learning for the first round, and then second and third round, I just found my groove and I went on it.
And what was going through your head, in your corner between the first and second rounds, when you said it was kind of a shock to you when he came out with that power?
Yeah, after the first round, when I went to the corner, my coaches told me stuff that I need to do, and just before the second round start, I told myself that I have to put the pace on him, because otherwise he will take the fight from me. So I knew I had to push harder and harder. So that's what I did.
Yeah, absolutely. So you said that you had to push the pace in between rounds. You were kind of stunned at his power, but you knew that you had to push the pace. Do you think that you have an edge over most fighters in mental toughness?
I think definitely. I think I've been through stuff in pro career that people are now going through. So I've done it all in kickboxing. I've fought against like the highest level guys that are fighting in Glory Kickboxing. I've fought against Glory Kickboxing welterweight champion. I've fought against like 4 kickboxing champions in Glory. So I've been there. I've done that, and now with MMA, I have like a fresh start to do things a bit differently. And and like big crowds are not surprised for me, because I've done it for so long time in kickboxing. So I think I have edge on that. But still, MMA is a different sport. Still have to get used to more of the striking part with the wrestling and stuff like that, for me to get more like confident that I can like maybe take more risks, and I don't have to be afraid of me taking down or they holding me on the ground. So I have the knowledge that I can get up.
Absolutely. What has been your biggest thing that you have found that maybe you have success in, whether it be grappling or jiu-jitsu, that you really didn't think you would going into your MMA career?
Yeah, I think the jiu-jitsu part has improved a lot. Right now, I just came from Poland for 2.5 weeks. I was there in training camp. I trained with a lot of high-level guys who are fighting in KSWE or Octagon or some ex-UFC fighters. So I know I can hang with them. I know I can hold my own. So this gives me a lot of confidence for my next fight. And also with the jiu-jitsu, I've been improving that part a lot. Kind of taking this Charles Oliveira example that is really, really dangerous on the ground, and that's what I want to achieve in my MMA career.
Certainly. So you talked about fighting all over the world in kickboxing. How did it feel to kind of represent Estonia as a kickboxer in places that maybe Estonian people don't really fight?
Yeah, definitely. It's a real honor for me, and always when I fight, I come out with a Estonian national song that everybody knows. So when I fight in Estonia, everybody knows the song. Everybody knows that this song is for me. And when I come out of it, people are cheering, screaming, and just it's a massive advantage at home. But overall, representing Estonia in big organizations and all over the world is really awesome for me. I want to be the guy that when people talk about the fighters in Estonia, I want to be the number one guy that comes into their mind.
Certainly. Do you have any plans for the rest of 2025? We've got the rest of the year to go. What's on your calendar going forward?
Right now, we're taking one fight at a time because, as I said, the last years have been hard for me with the injuries and stuff. So this year, definitely, we want to be much more healthier. We want to be more active. So for me, four fights at a year is perfect, I think. So every 3 months I can fight. That's what I want, and that's what I hope we can achieve.
Yeah. One last question. So how do you manage to stay healthy through your busy schedule? What keeps you ticking in between fights?
I think it just comes with experience. You have to sometimes take the foot off the gas. You have to relax sometimes. You have to know your body, how to manage the training load. If you're pushing yourself too much, that's usually when the injuries happen and all the health problems. So you have to know when to relax, when to push harder. And I think that's the hardest part of being an athlete. If you're a fighter or any other athletes, it doesn't matter because we always want to push ourselves more to get in better shape. But also we need to know when to take the foot off the gas, as I said. So I think I'm getting better at it, but still making mistakes as it happens. So of course all the massages and sauna and stuff like that. This helps to prevent injuries and take care of your body.
Is there? Do you have any predictions for how this fight's going to go?
I don't like to make predictions that much. Of course, I'm going for the knockout as always. I want to get early night in the office, but if it goes 3 rounds, I know I have the gas tank to go all 3. So if it goes like this, it goes like this. So the most important for me is to get the victory, and that's what I'm planning to do.